What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back for another movie review. This time I'm reviewing The Predator. It's the latest in the Predator franchise. We're back. You know, Predator all got started in 1987 with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a classic. Written by Shane Black. It was directed by John McTiernan, though, who did Die Hard. It's a classic. It's an action classic. We all know it. And then came out with Predator 2 in 1990 with Danny Glover, all-star cast. Gary Busey was in that joint. Bill Paxton. Didn't do as well as the first one, but you know, it was solid, but it didn't compare. Then they came out with like the Alien versus Predator things, which were, they kind of fumbled the ball. They're pretty forgettable. I remember Sanaa Lathan was in one of them. Then they came out with another one. Nobody remembers it. And then they came out with a Predator movie starring Adrian Brody that was also forgettable. So now we're back. We're back. There's nothing new under the sun. Studio's just like, we got to do something. And it's good to see the Predator back. I'm a fan of the Predator as an alien, as a creature, as a visual feast. The way they look is pretty cool. This story revolves around the Predator alien ship lands on Earth, obviously running from other predators for whatever reason. Lands in the jungle, and right in the middle of a sniper's operation, he sees the ship coming in, you know what I'm saying? And so he's there at the crash site. He recovers some artifacts. You know, he's on the run, and everything balloons from there. There's an agency out there that's trying to collect, you know, the Predator and the crash site findings, led by Sterling K. Brown. And so, you know, they on the mission to get that. You know, the sniper's like, you know, I'm not trying to give anything to y'all. I don't trust y'all anyway. So he sends the stuff to his P.O. box, which ends up at his ex-wife's house, and his son gets the alien merchandise. So it's like, oh, snap. And so he gets in trouble for being on the run, so they throw him on a bus with some other misfits, military misfits, I should say. They in there for whatever reason, different reasons, you know what I'm saying? Here's one of my faults with the movie. Like, they formed a bond too quick, okay? So like, as soon as he got on the bus, him and these other guys, they ride or die for life. Like, you just met him like 2 hours ago on a bus ride. You know what I'm saying? It's not realistic. We gonna be ride or die from here on out? I was like, nah, man. I mean, the guys were great. Like, they were great. One of the guys, Key from Key and Peele, the one guy from, what was that, Moonlight, who played like the oldest version of the main character. He's in there. Thomas Jane is in there. And they were just like really funny. It was like a dope vibe. And like Shane Black, if you're familiar with Shane Black as a writer, he likes humor. Like, he's very big on character. Like, he wrote Lethal Weapon. He wrote The Last Boy Scout. He wrote and directed Iron Man 3. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. These are Shane Black joints. And he's good with, first of all, primarily male characters, because that seems to be his wheelhouse. And like the camaraderie and exchange between the characters. So he's good with that. And with this, like, when you meet the guys he's on the bus with, they're funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, okay. You get to know them, you know what I mean? And then that's when you start to care about what happens to the characters in the movie. That's what made the first Predator so dope, was because you got to know Arnold and his team. And then, so if anything happened to them, you like, oh, it mattered. And that's what they're trying to redo with this one. Like, all right, let's let people care about these characters. But they rushed it and was like, all right, they're going to be ride or die for life from a bus ride. Look, I've taken quite a few Greyhound trips. I don't remember nobody on the damn bus. All right. Definitely not about to be ride or die for anybody on the Greyhound trip. The only person I even remember from a Greyhound trip that was over 24 hours. That's a long time to be with people. I just remember one dude getting on the bus like, I just need 2 seats next to each other. He was like talking out loud to get some sympathy from the people on the bus. Like, maybe we'll just give them the seats. We're like, nah, everybody was cold on that bus. They was just looking at him. We was like, I just need 2 seats. And we was just like, good for you. Anyway, so that angle wasn't realistic. Olivia Munn is in that. I was looking at her the whole movie like, where do I know this girl from? Couldn't piece together that she was Psylocke from X-Men. It didn't click until way later in the movie. She was cool. They gave her funny beats, but she was mad just all over the place in tone. Like, you know, is she a scientist or is she a badass? You gotta explain, like, why is she running with the gun and using it so effectively? I thought she was a scientist. Like, what is she doing right now? And it was just a weird, I felt like they were forcing too much comedy out of her. Even Sterling K. Brown, it was just like, the tones just didn't really match up. The Predators, you know, were legit. The biggest one, the real big Predator, he kind of looked a little too fake. Because he was huge, he was 11 feet tall. There's no actor you can put in the suit and make him 11 foot tall. I remember the original Predator was this guy named Kevin Peter Hall, super tall guy. He actually played the Predator. He ended up dying like in the 90s, but he was like super tall. And so it worked. You could see that it was a real like person in there, and the costume of the Predator in the original was just amazing. Like, you know, it looked like a real thing, so it wasn't all digital. This thing is huge, so it's like, all right, that's cool, whatever. Then they keep shooting him knowing he's bulletproof. What are you doing? You know he's bulletproof. Why'd you get the handgun? If I see an alien take a full clip, no flinch, why am I pulling this out? What is this gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna just go in like this. Maybe I'll get a lucky shot. No, there's no lucky shot off. I'm gonna just have to, you know what? I gotta might as well conserve ammo and just run. How about that, huh? So that got annoying, and some of the special effects was just like suspect. What I did appreciate about this movie is rated R. It's rated R. I always appreciate that, man. Just no holds barred, don't hold back. All right, let's see the blood, let's see the guts, and let me tell you something. People got killed in this movie. There's body count central, and I appreciate it. Like, go there, just take it there, man. Cause like when you're PG-13, you're restricted. I don't want to show too much blood. How many people died? All right, that's too many. You know, we can't show it. Nah, man, let's see it all. Rated R it up. I like Shane Black's attitude, man. Like PG-13 is for pussies. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Just go all out. And I appreciated the fact that he wanted us to care about these characters that he met on the bus. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that because we did. You're like, you know, I like these guys as a group, and then, you know, we'll see what happens to them, you know. And that matters. When characters that you are interested in, they die, you're like, man, oh, man. Like, you're rooting for them. Then you see what happens. One of the takeaways from this is, put a little kid in the movie. The kid is responsible for somebody's death, and the kid had no remorse. That was wild business right there. I was like, you know, he wasn't directly involved in the murder, but he caused somebody's death. Unwillingly, but still. They just shook it off. That was very unrealistic. I didn't connect. Oh, another takeaway is, I'm tired of people touching blood. I'm sick of it in movies. Like, you see blood and people always go, oh, what's this? Oh, it is blood. Let me taste it. Oh yeah. Tastes just like blood. It's got that metallic finish. Oh yeah. A little hepatitis in there. What else we got up in there? Oh, okay. Positive for that. All right, yeah. I can taste it. Why are you touching stuff? I don't care if it's alien blood. You know, Predator blood glows green. It's like, you know, this big green. But I'm not touching that. If I see a spaceship crash, and I see the goo, I'm not gonna be like, oh, goo, oh, Nickelodeon slime. I knew it. Oh yeah, definitely Nickelodeon. Stop doing that, man. Do people really do this? Do y'all just touch fluids when you come across? Do you do this in real life? Soldiers, anybody in the military that's been out in the field, people getting murked, do you touch fluids and just for the investigation with your bare hands? Do you do this? I'm sick of seeing this in movies, man. Do you smell it? Oh yeah, that's definitely Predator blood. Like, come on, man. I'm sick of that, man. But forget all that. That's neither here nor there. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of the Predator? Well, here it is. Oh yeah, I'm giving Predator 3 saxophones out of 5. I wish I could just turn in the camouflage on my turn. All right, peeps, that's my review of The Predator 2018, I should say. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. Are you going to see it? Do you want to see it? Do you like the franchise? Are you a fan of The Predator as a whole? What's your favorite one? Everybody's probably going to say the one with Arnold because it's a classic, and it holds up. But let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. What you think of Alien vs. Predator joints? Did you like them? I really wasn't crazy about those. They had potential, but you know what I'm saying? Needless to say, check those movies out if you're interested in this, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.